In your opinions, how does this film differ from Olympus Has Fallen?
You know,
More intense. More intense of a ride.
Yeah.
More intense of a journey.
we wanted to take the White House was awesome in set that setting, but then it's like, let's raise the stakes, make it more international, bring more people, and put it out on the street. Take it to London, which is such an adventurous, amazing city to film that action. And then also we got to deepen the characters and those relationships. So that was a great thing about the first one, was how much you cared about these guys. But in this, you care even more because you've now been, this is your second major journey with them, and you watch them go through the first one. So you really care about how they're coming through this together, and you watch even their relationships deepen.
Yeah, I love that. And for you guys, I mean, what's the favorite part of reprising these roles?
I think that very thing that you've grown, you know, in familiarity with them. You know, you surprisingly you liked them, you cared about them, you related to them.
Yeah.
You know, and to see more of that, because usually in a movie like this, as intense as this is, as thrill ride as it can be, sometimes some of that can get lost, but not in this. It was able to coexist together in such a wonderful fashion.
Yeah.
So that is a big surprise, and not a big surprise, but it was a big accomplishment. And it pays off.
And then some of the things that you enjoy about our relationships in the first one, the very fact that we didn't get to examine some of that. So you enjoyed this side, but for instance, now we're through it. We're actually on even better terms. Things are good. We're more emotionally involved because I'm having a baby. She's going to be the godmother. And then with me and the president, we actually, that first story was about redemption. I wasn't with them most of the movie. Now you get to see what is it like when they're buddies and I'm doing them one big last favor, but at the same time, we're now on the road and my life is in his hands as much as his life in my hands. And how much fun that leads to, and humor, and two guys just, kind of really G'ing each other up the whole time.
Yeah, it's true, because you're sitting there and you're on the edge of your seat, but then you have these moments of one-liners that just sort of throw you completely off and make you really laugh and appreciate it.
And by the way, that was another thing, was that you go in the first movie, you're still examining, you go, well, okay, let's make Mike funny. We'll throw in this and that.
Yeah.
And then when you know it works, that's one of the great things about reprising the characters. You go, okay, we know this works. Where can we take it now? Where can we take that humor or his attitude towards certain things, or how much shit he can even give the president when moments are tough, you know? You go, what? What did you say? Which I loved.
Are there any similarities between you as the actors and these characters that makes it a little bit more relatable?
Oh, yeah.
What? You have to ask.
Are you really built on bourbon and bad decisions?
Yes, I really am. Honestly, and I think about my life, I mean, I haven't had a drink for 19 years, pretty much, because I was built on bourbon and poor choices. But yeah, and I think Angela's like, because Lynn, to me, the biggest laugh in the movie when I was watching it was her line with me in the chopper, and it's like she brings that gravitas and that charisma and that power, but also great humor and personality, which only Angela Bassett could bring like that.
We're talking about the action. There is so much action in the film. How did you prepare for these intense action scenes?
I don't think I was prepared. Like, showed up. What? More and more and more and more and more. Just stay ready to stay open. Be malleable, because they're going to take you.
And I think when no matter how much you're ready for that, it's always more than you thought it was going to be. And sometimes you even think up a lot of these situations, and then when you're doing it, you go, what was I thinking of? Because what is one line in the script can be a whole day's filming and doing something. It's like they're junted forward in the chopper. That is this, like 1,000 times falling off the seat, and you go, can we just maybe make it that they're strapped in and everything's fine, but. And it's that for 3 months.
Yeah. And were there any favorite scenes for both of you to shoot?
Well, I love the chase scenes in the city. That was great. That was different. Yeah.
I love that.
Rip roar through the streets.
We had a blast. I mean, we were having fun in that car, and then into it, and then when you stop, you gotta laugh at times because you're like, this is ridiculous.
More hear more of the car.
But I also loved the attack scene that we have at the end of the movie. There was something really special about how we shot that, how it looks, and it was very tough because in every take, we only, for the whole sequence, there's just 6 takes. It's all handheld.
6 shots.
6 shots. Yeah, more than 6. No, actually, some of them we did in less than that. But yeah, 6 shots for this whole end sequence, which meant every time you were doing something, there was 40 to 50 things that had to happen in that shot for them to go right, or else you had to do it again. And sometimes you get to the end, you go, oh my God, we go here, and I reloaded fine, and this guy fell, and then some wouldn't explode there, or this person would miss their entrance. And but when you watch that in a movie, I think it's my favorite part of the movie as well. You're like, oh my God, you're so in it.
And then my last question, fans of this franchise, what can they expect from this film?
Just adrenaline like you've never known it, like you've never seen it. Bigger, badder, than the last, and complete satisfaction.
And one of the most visceral
Complete
experiences
satisfaction.
they'll ever get out of an action thriller. But yet again, what we really pushed for is that heart and that emotion, as well as bringing it down and grounding it in some kind of gritty realism and truth.